Episode 7 of Apocalypse Hotel surprised and delighted me throughout the episode. We open on the gang holding hands, singing Kumbaya. Well, not quite Kumbaya, they're chanting Ventura, Ventura, doing a occultist Native American rain dance ritual, waiting for the precipitation, not of H2O, Nye, for the precipitation of some new extraterrestrial guests to fall down, rain down from the heavens, grace them with their presence at the Ginger Hotel. Alas, to no avail. But each and every time they perform this ritual throughout the episode, which is more than once, I will have you know, there is a 100% hit rate on rain. Yes, they got the Native American rain dance down. They simply need to tweak the formula so it's raining down guests, not actual water. But for the time being, they are taking a different route, devising a new plan to bring new guests into the hotel. That is a space advertisement. While this was alluded to a few episodes ago, because the owner, the proprietor himself, cherished it was one of his dreams to have an advertisement for the hotel in space. Now they are going to fulfill it. Not only that, Ponko says they need to build and place a euphemistic rod of God in the sky, an orbital weapon which can emit bursts of kinetic energy, destroying any target it deems necessary. Everyone is against it at first, especially Yachiro. There's space laws, even though civilization hasn't existed for many centuries at this point. But Yachiro states Ponko still needs the majority, which she does not have. Thus, she begins her political tirade to persuade everyone to her side, which culminates in a catharsis, vulnerable moment where Ponko opens up about her true desire for this rod of God, for this weapon. It's because she lost her entire planet. She does not want another occurrence of planetary destruction, of leaving a home, to happen once again. It makes complete sense. It also is a great foray into her psyche because the reason she even knows about this rod of God is because of a occultism text she holds, a magazine, Prophecies of Nostradamus. She carries it as it were a religious text. Her obsession with occultism makes complete sense within the context of her life experience. She lost an entire planet. To most any being, that is an incomprehensible, unimaginable scenario which she actually lived through. Having to reconcile that, she sought answers in an equally fantastical, untenable, unimaginable realm, the occult, because that's the only place which could have answers of equal magnitude, the outliers of fringe, because she lived through such an outlier fringe moment in her own life. It makes complete sense. Lovely, lovely introspection into her psyche there. So we begin this rocket building journey to place this advertisement in space. How? Well, while also being a occultist, Ponko is a certified rocket scientist. She went to school for it back on her home planet. She's legit, even though she did sneak into the classes. But when they build it, which takes 70 years, they don't do it in futuristic, extraterrestrial, alien technology. No, they employ 1960s Apollo mission style rocket science, physics, dynamics, aesthetics, the whole shebang. I love it, even though we are far ahead of where we are currently in time, hundreds of years ahead, and with the civilization presumably thousands, if not millions of years more advanced to be able to traverse light years, reach us on Earth. Yet, for some reason, Ponko is devising and implementing a device utilizing American human 1960s rocket technology, which is such a lovely amalgamation of two disparate concepts. It simply works. It's novel, fresh. Taking the retro, bringing it into the everyday, subverting expectations just enough makes it a lovely, succinct episode with so many different aspects working coherently for a singular purpose. Occultism, rocket science, 1960s rocket science, AIs. We also decide who gets to be the lucky person sent. Ponko believes it's going to be her, but unfortunately, the life support systems are far too heavy. They have to get rid of them so the rocket itself can escape the atmospheric velocity, reach space. So Yachiro's up, the AI robot who does not require oxygen. Right before she goes to space, we get another great moment, delving into Yachiro's psyche, fleshing out her character. Ponko asks her, "Aren't you afraid?" Immediately, Yachiro goes, "I don't understand that emotion." She cannot process it. She's an AI. But then Ponko says, "I love you." Yachiro immediately, without hesitating, responds, "I love you too." At first, I was taken aback. There's an inconsistency. She doesn't understand fear, but she knows love. But then I thought again, this is accurate. This is how many people operate in the real world. You have someone who says, "I love you." You simply reciprocate the words because it's a convention, a social moray, an obligation almost to respond to the person. Don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, want them to feel safe, heard, so you respond in kind, saying I love you too, even though within your heart of hearts you know you don't feel those words. You don't embody those emotions. That is what Yachiro's doing. She understands the context perfectly because she's an AI, she's intelligent, but she doesn't know the emotions, which is why she can say she doesn't know fear, but also say, I love you at the same time. It's brilliant writing, which helps elucidate her as a character, her thought processes. Well, she's then sent out into space, begins working on the advertisement. She's outside the ship, her cord gets cut, now she's floating through space aimlessly. A new Easter egg is unlocked. Self-destruct. Her creators have a twisted, dark sense of humor, placing these Easter eggs in the most unfortunate of circumstances. So I'm looking forward to how our band of Todnukians, her fellow robot compatriots, devise a new plan to save their manager, Yachiro. Anyways, peace.